Actually, Armageddon, I know it's not a true story, okay? I know it's not, but in NASA, they had a button that only the guys at NASA, they're like, okay, they were like, oh, they had control of it. But then the president said, just, overtake what they say and just get the key and whatever. So I don't know. Forget it. That doesn't even make sense. But it was a movie. It wasn't even true. We all know it's not true. Armageddon. But in the movie, they did have something that just turned off everything.
All right, let me ask a question. It might sound like a crazy question, but I know what I'm asking because I'm going to make a comment after. What is Armageddon?
All right. We will keep that question till next time. Now let's we welcome you all to our Saturday night program, and we will talk at the other side of this conference.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Foundations for success. Foundation for success. Those of you on Facebook should be watching this. Pretty nice. Foundation for success. Whether success in your religious life or your spiritual life as a Christian or any religion that you are part of, or whether success in business, in your investment, in raising a family, is the same thing. So this is a general work on foundation for success. When we say foundation, the word there means discipline. Are you a disciplined person? Someone that can stick to achieving a task, completing a task. Someone that can put together a goal and successfully follow each goal until they are all accomplished. Are you a visitor? Or are you, when I say a visitor, it means you just came along. Or, like we did last night, have you accepted your personality and you become a manager of your word and action? Have you found out what kind of person you are? Are you someone that loves to talk? Or are you someone that doesn't? Are you someone that enjoy to work with your hands? Or are you someone that works with your mind? Or are you a combination? Are you someone that is excited about anything very easily? You rush into it, but after a day or two, you change your mind. Or are you someone that sits back to think about a thing before you put your signature on it? Are you someone that someone can easily convince about something? Or are you someone that will say, give me a moment, I want to know about this? I remember when I was at Hilton, And some people were trying to talk me. The workers there were trying to talk me into buying a timeshare, as though I didn't know what it was all about. Trying to tell me how great it is, how I am gonna be an owner of Hilton. And I'm looking at them like they are all idiots. And I have so much pity for the lady, two of them. One of them actually became very aggressive towards me, that I will not make that decision right there and then. I told her, I said, madam, do not go there. Don't go there. Don't try this, okay? I don't take that from any human being. Nobody talk me into what I don't want to do. I said, listen, it's not simply because I am academically educated, or I am an academician, or I am a universal scholar. I said, listen to me, madam. I think through things, I read through things before I make up my mind. I know that you are trying to talk me into it so that you can make your commission and get your promotion, and you will have a cut. There is a cut for you if you can talk me into this. That's what I told her. I say, I'm not the type that you can talk into stuff, okay? You've met the wrong person. And she left. Because she became very loud and aggressive and said, why is it that I need time before I can make a simple decision? Really? A simple decision? I turned around and I asked her, I said, can I ask two of you a question? Do both of you have timeshares? And they said no. So why are you trying to talk the public into buying one? Let's go. You see, you must have a foundation and a discipline of reading through carefully before you arrive at making concrete decision. Never make a decision, never, based on emotion or feeling. Never make that decision. Patience is needed when you are to make a major decision. Especially some of you who receive calls, anonymous calls of people who want to give you a credit card, people who want to give you a voucher, and they want money first, or they want to help you to get a credit line, to get some thousands, and they tell you the good things about it, but they refuse to tell you the pain you are going to go through if you make one mistake. The same thing with finding out how you are going to manage your life as someone who is interested in the inner life, the life of the spirit or in the spirit, because you're a spirit being. The same thing. Are you rushing through the Bible, or are you chewing it slowly? You rush through it, no power. You listen to sermons, no power. But you start to pick a word to dwell on it, because those are a word, each sentence, each phrase, each verse contains spirit and life. Because it comes from the thoughts, brain, and mind of God Himself. Therefore, it carries power. Let's look at things like, do you have a routine? Do you have a routine? This is what I am to do on a daily basis. If someone is calling me at that time, I will never respond to that call. Why? Because these are the things that will keep me alive. These are the things that will make me to function properly. My passion and energy will never survive it unless I do this, this. Another one is, before you sign up for a job, have you read about that company or about that business or about that ministry? Have you spent time to find out things about the person that you want to start a relationship with? Instead of just being attracted by some flashy things. And it will be a setup for disaster. We are talking about foundations for success. Routine is going to be very important. Wake up first thing, you go to the bathroom to take care of yourself and package yourself. Then a time for your meditation. You can have your meditation while you are drinking your tea or your coffee. It shouldn't be something that takes the whole day for you to do meditation or for you to do some people call it quiet time. I don't know how quiet that is. Some people call it something else. It is a time for yielding. It's a time for knowledge. It's time for exercise of authority. It's time for you to gas up, for you to be filled up. It's time for you to exercise power on earth. That's where you get it. We are talking about foundations for success. One of the things that are lacking in contemporary society is the inability of a lot of human beings to follow one leader. Go into the world of elephants, lions, wolves. Just name it. They all have a leader, and they follow their leader strictly. And they love their leader. Why? Because he is an encyclopedia of experience and knowledge, of learning, and ability to train. But these days, there's so much of the spirit of rebellion and stubbornness and critical spirits. And because of that, nobody learns anything. That's why I can never be a Democrat in America. Can never join the Democrat Party. Why? They don't understand what it means to follow a leader. That's why someone like Trump looked at both parties and decided to run with the Republicans. Because he understands the Republicans are like wolves. They are like lions. Teamwork. It is teamwork. T-E-A-M. T-E-A-M. Team. They come together. They agree on a thing. Nobody betray anybody. Everybody stands on that. No matter what happened, nobody deviates. Because we have looked at it and found the solution, and this is the way we should go about it. And nobody will come, not Democrats. Democrats are not disciplined, many of them. And that's why they continue to be defeated in politics, in business, because they don't have a united voice. And I've learned that very quickly. You go to Kenya, you see that the Kikuyu tribe of Kenyans have always produced the presidents, except for somebody like Arab Moi, who come from a different tribe. You go to Nigeria, it's always been Hausa and Yoruba. That's it. Why? Because those are the two groups that are united. Wherever people are not united, you will always be defeated. Please write that down. It's a powerful key. Wherever people are not united, they will always be defeated. After all the church ceremony or court ceremony about a wedding, one person who came with an ulterior or whatever kind of idea, motive that is behind the scene, will now sneak out and start to destroy the unity that has been built in order to do personal quests. Wherever you find people always loving personal quests, they will always be broke. Wherever you see people united, two people come together to start an accounting firm, 2, 3, 4 people come together to start a law firm, 2, 3, 4 people come together to start a clinic, a medical clinic, 2, 3 people come together to start a pharmacy, an eye thing, an eye clinic, a this and that, a taxi business. You always see them succeed. Because there are some of us, there are a lot of human beings who you cannot do it all by yourself because you don't have all the learning, you don't have all the knowledge, you don't have all the money. And that is why I want to tell you, it's a warning. In fact, it's a warning. Do not have any dealing with anybody who is always selfish. If you discover that somebody will betray you, let that person go. Cut them loose. After you finish having children, you have a joint bank account, you have houses together, one idiot will always go out to go and want to take over those things. And that's why I don't take it kindly with anybody who does that. I'll make sure they pay for it severely, one way or the other. And they will not live to enjoy it. So if any of your family member is going through this kind of thing I'm talking about, they've worked hard together and the other person want to destroy them, to take over the children, the houses, just call me. I'll come in. And once I am involved, it's going to be a different dynamics. I can keep quiet for a long time, but when it comes upon me, it's over with. My job is to lay for you a proper foundation for your success and for the success of your children and your family members. I spent time last night planting seeds. What I mean by planting real seed. Tomatoes, stuff, things that will grow indoors. Pepper, different kind of herbs like oregano, thyme, broccoli, just name it. I was busy planting an indoor garden. And suddenly, the other side came to me and began to talk to me. When I say the other side, it's two things. The other side, as a Christian, will be outside Christianity. The other side also means heaven itself as a planet. And they began to tell me where the war is, where the problem lies with humanity. That's why I'm speaking to you guys. I'm not talking about what they told me. It's of no use to tell you, because those are private things. You can only infer or have references to them as I conduct the world classroom, or if I'm doing ministry things, you will hear it pop out here and there. You see it pop out here and there like a popcorn. But I'll never tell you this is it. Every civilization that has survived it, they have a strong leader, and a good one for that matter. Do not follow any leader that you are under that leader out of you just tolerate the person. If you don't feel comfortable, you must choose a leader that you are going to stay with the rest of your life, as long as that person is alive. And this is not a matter of prayer. It's a matter of choice. I mean, there are times that God himself will tell you that this is the person you should follow. But also subject it to rationality, to empirical reasoning. Subject it to verification. So leadership is going to be very important. Who you follow is going to be very important, because you have to learn from the person. Management of money. How do you manage your money? Have you been trained about managing money? Have you been trained on how to invest money? Have you been trained on how to invest your time? How do you use your time? When do you go to bed? Foundations for success. When do you rise up? Diet. What do you eat? Is it healthy? Are you staying all night at the bar? Will you be able to perform your business of the day if you stay all night? So these are all questions for you to think about. Self-acceptance. Let me come back to it. Very, very important. Make sure that you look through risk before you do anything. Look at the profits before you do anything. What's the profit margin? Many things that you think is a spiritual problem has its solution in a different paradigm, in a different shift altogether. There are certain things that has been told me that are very costly. That's why I cannot tell anyone about it. Some of the solutions are not spiritual solutions. Neither are they educational solutions. They lie in a different paradigm shift. And when you break into that territory, that's when it begins to happen. I can only share some of these things with my small circle of friends, whom I know, those people that I know that if I tell them go and do this, they will go and do it. They don't argue with me because I know what I'm telling them. I mean, you can ask questions, but you have to go and do what you are told to do. I was told to go into holy ministry. I'm in it. I didn't argue. I did ask questions, but I didn't argue. And it worked for me. Foundations for success. How do you determine that your money is going to work in this company and not in that company? What is it that you must see before you invest? Foundations for success. Do you surround or have you surrounded yourself with a leader and with people who, if anything happens to you, they will come to your aid immediately? They will abandon everything they are doing and come to your aid. I'm not talking about people who send me $100 and then turn around to ask for help that costs $2,000. That's a ripoff. I wouldn't do that. And of course, you have to be my covenant partner. Cost you $1,000 to do that. or you have to be in my small circle. There are people who want to come and let me give them great service that I spend time to do for people, and it costs a lot of money. And people want you to do it for them. They will promise you heaven and earth, and I don't do that. You have to pay me upfront. That's what lawyers do. That's what accountants do. That's what psychologists, counselors, all of them do that. What I'm doing is a professional job because it cuts across all of life issues. It's a professional job. If you didn't know it, know it. Some people will call me, oh, I saw your video on YouTube. That I say, okay, did you make good use of it? He said, yeah, I listened to it. I said, then it must have solved your problem. Oh, I'm also calling you for you to pray for me and for you to do all of that. I said, well, that's my personal time. It costs my charge for that, for those kind of services. And if you don't have money to pay, go to your local pastor where you are paying your tithe and offerings and so on, and they will help you. And that's just it. Foundations for success. That's what we are dealing with today. For those of you who are interested in worship, what is worship? Are you interested in worship or are you interested in prayer? I am more interested in worship than I am interested in prayer. My prayer comes out of worship. Do you have what you want to achieve typed and documented? Do you have it documented or you have it just in your mind? If it is in your mind, sorry, you're going to have problems. It's not going to work. Do you have what you want to do, what you want to achieve in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, the next 20 years, the next 50 years? What do you want your institution and your business to look like in the next 200 years to come? They must be documented. If they are not documented, then you are not serious. God documented things that he wanted to do, things that he has done, things that he will do. He got it documented in the book we call the Bible. The powerhouse of success. That's what the Bible is. Mary, write that down. The powerhouse for success. You want to know how to succeed? Have you read the Bible? I am watching to see how many people are actually going to follow our daily worship for me to invest time into it. Because I don't want to invest my time into things that people are not going to watch. People will not take serious. That's why I just go down to watch and see. I'm not spending that time to pray. I'm doing a lot of other things. But I'm watching the view. I'm watching that particular thing. Foundation for success. Have you been trained on how to keep quiet when you need to keep quiet? And how to speak when you need to speak? Can you hold your temper? Can you control your temper? There are times when people are expecting me to explode. I won't. And there are times when people are not expecting, and that's the time to do it. There's a time to, do you know when to withdraw from people and be by yourself? Do you know how to choose a small group and focus to train them? Have you been trained on how to do professional consultations? Not just with anybody, but with people who really loves and cares about you. Not just by talking, but they mean it. And they mean it by what they do for you and with you. Foundations for Success. Are you reading the important books, or you are just reading books? You must be discriminatory in your choice of human beings and in your choice of books, tapes, CDs, music, all these things. What do you want to learn? Are you involved in continuous education? Those are things that you have to think about. We are talking about foundations. If you don't want to learn, you will never succeed on earth. If you hate learning, you can't make it. Because there's everything you are going to do for fame and for rich is going to involve learning. Do you know how to talk to people? Someone called me and was telling me all kind of things that's going on with your family. And finally they left the phone. And then later they called me back another day to tell me that, oh, this was the problem they were having. I said, then why did you not talk about it and negotiate with me? If you are going to be successful, you must know the art of negotiating with people, not just talking. What are you willing to give and take? I'm not talking about you giving somebody a little and wanting a lot in return. No. You give somebody $1 and then you $100 and then you present $100 problem. No. That's not how the world operates. Let me tell you, rich folks, famous people and rich people are looking for human beings who can give them ideas for them to prosper more. That's all. You have to know this. That's why they don't want to recruit you. Why? Because you have no idea to give to them that will make them succeed in the providing of services or in the creation of product. They're looking for someone to. That's why a lot of people marry rich folks. Why? Because they are able to advise them. They are able to manage them. Many of you think that you can manage aspiring rich folks, successful people. And when they throw you into it, you'll discover that you can't. Many people think that they can be married to certain people when you've not been trained on what marriage is about and how to deal with it and how to face life challenges and issues. You have no foundation, no root at all. Any little thing you explode and you are gone. You don't even think about where you are going to sleep, where the next meal is going to come. You just resign from your job and you are gone because that makes you feel better. You're feeling better, but it is an empty feeling better. Others befriend people who are zero, have nothing, and think that your religion will satisfy an emptiness. It won't. Because let me tell you something that you need to know. When it comes to riches and money, 90% of it lies outside the zone of spirit. I hope you know it. When it comes to riches and money and fame, 90% of it lies outside the zone of spirit. You have to be aware of this. I'm talking in terms of certain things, not in terms of all the parts. In terms of certain things. In terms of certain things, 90% will lie in the spirit realm. But in terms of a lot of things, 90% of it lies outside the spirit realm. It lies in a different realm altogether. So while you're praying, have you asked yourself whether that is a prayer need, a prayer problem or not? I want to stop here for now. We'll continue. Tomorrow afternoon, 12 o'clock Central Time, 1 o'clock for those of you in the East Coast, we'll be having the Sunday service. Thank you very much. This is Idikai Mary. I wish you a very happy weekend. Bye-bye.